Hello, billions of fans. Going to explain how to service your compact water heater commonly used in RVs, camper vans, tiny homes, and the like. Maybe even a tree house. Just kidding. Okay, so this one's made by Bosch, and I had to remove it from the RV. Since I'm going to install a better quick release system here, I just cut this hose off. I'm going to try to find something better. I don't know what I'm going to get so that I can more easily remove this water heater for draining and servicing. To no surprise, some dumb engineering aspects of this thing. It does not have a drain plug on the bottom, and so you have to remove it and turn it upside down to drain it before you can service the heating element. This big mess right here, you can probably guess where all of this crud came from. It came off of the heating element. But let me tell you how to remove the heating element, at least from this model. It came with a plastic cover here. And the first thing to do was put a screwdriver on the right side, pop this out. And what I didn't know is how stupid the instructions are. It says also pop out the left side, but they didn't say this round thing first and then remove the screw. So I broke this off. Not a big deal because this is not where the water is sealed. Once that comes off, here's where the water is sealed. The next thing you do is where are they? Over here. You remove these 3 nuts with lock washers. No, 4. Why did I say 3? Something fell out. I don't know where this wedge goes to. So when you start disassembling, pay attention to where this is originally. I don't even know. I might have to refer to the owner's manual that I had a hard time finding online on their website. 10 millimeter, that's a common size. You know, you can't have enough 10 millimeter sockets. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so because they always are in high demand and you lose them easy. So remove those 4 10 millimeters. Then disconnect these 2 wires here. You don't have to mark them because you can tell how it goes back. Unscrew the ground, and this slides out automatically, the thermometer. So once those 3 wires are removed, you can just wiggle this out. And if you've been using your water heater with public campground water, it's probably, your heating element is probably toast, or so does the manufacturer wants you to believe that. So they recommend replacing it if it's full of crud. Instead of doing that, I used this tool, any kind of metal scraper. The manufacturer recommends don't use a metal scraper because they don't want you to scratch the stainless steel. But that, because it's stainless steel, pretty good quality stainless steel, the scratches are very minimal from me using that tool, and I still couldn't get most of it off. So if you're trying to use something like this or a brush, good luck with that, because that'll take you a week of full-time work to get all this stuff off like this. So I had to rigorously scale this stuff off like a dentist does plaque off of your teeth. Pretty intense work. Sorry if that analogy was uncomfortable. So I still haven't gotten all of it off. I really scraped quite a lot for a pretty good 15 minutes or so, and so it was extraordinarily much worse than this. So I'm happy with this. Some of this I can scrape pretty hard and it still won't come off. So it may be kind of embedded into the steel. I'm not worried about it. I'll just service this about once every 6 months to a year, depending on how heavy use it is. Yeah, so unfortunately, if this is already permanently installed in an RV, for example, and you know you're not going to use it for a long time, it's ideal to drain it out so that the corrosion doesn't build up on this, but there's no drain plug. You can siphon it out. I have not tried that. So I don't know how that works. Apparently you'll have to remove one of these let's see, probably one of these two, hot or cold, to siphon it out. I would assume you want to remove the hot side, or I don't know if it matters. Well, let's see what this looks like inside. The things I do for you. Well, I guess that's not much of a favor. It doesn't really... There's nothing fun there. Okay. All right, so yeah, be careful not to bend this or damage it when it's out. And I'm ready to reassemble and clean up. And what else? So yeah, there's a rubber seal here. This actually came out a lot easier than I expected it to. It just came right on out, no problem. And the seal looks good. I think this one is about 3 years old, maybe. Let me go check real quick. Oh, no way that I recently bought it, March 31st, 2020. That must be when I started hooking up. That must be when I first installed an inside shower. I thought I had it longer than that. Wow, so in exactly 1 year, because I stopped using it in March, but then it sat in storage for a half a year. So the price was $178 before tax, but now they've gone up to $192 due to hyperinflation, thanks to the pandemic and government mismanagement, blah, blah, blah. All right, so this one I do recommend for 4 gallon. That's plenty for probably 2 people to take about a 5-minute shower each. I've had no problem using this. And like I said, for service purposes, I recommend trying to install, if you install from the old system, redesign this for more easy removal to pull this whole thing out. Oh, this is kind of hilarious. They priced it by the gallon, $48.10 a gallon. Which is strange because when you receive it, there's just air in there. So this thing is pretty heavy when it's full of water, and pretty lightweight when it's empty. I guess that's kind of a common sense thing. But yeah, I tried to, oh, I forgot to tell you something. I better mention this real quick. For those who held on to the video, you get rewarded with some critical information, because when you pull this out and you drain this, you're far from done, because what you need now is to rinse this out, because it's probably really filthy in there. And mine was really bad only after 1 year of usage. I think because maybe my well water is really bad before it's filtered, and I may have not pre-filtered it good enough before I put it in. Well, I thought I did, but you know those. Here, let me show you. These RV water filters are just about pretty much worthless shit. Just really bad. They don't do hardly anything at all. I mean, imagine how long from campground water or well water that isn't filtered, how quickly a membrane in there would get clogged up. So I learned from living in this house for half a year, even after getting water filtered through the water softener. This is one of the world's, this is actually the world's most advanced water softener, made by Kinetico. This system costs about $8,000, and that's because it runs off of kinetic energy and not through electricity. I have power there, but that's for the well backflow air pressure tank, whatever that's called. And so, yeah, even after going through all these carbon filters and hydrogen peroxide in here, and I have salt in here, the water is still kind of nasty. Florida has really bad water. It's kind of ironic. Many people move to Florida for the water, recreation, but the drinking water generally is extremely bad. All right, so, oh yeah, I was going to say the pressure washer is recommended to use. Good clean water, pressure wash. Oh look. Beautiful tree frog. I'm not going to touch it. Bonus, put 50 cents in the container for this one. All right, so coming back over here, oh, I had an electric lawnmower and then I tried gas and it sucks too. All of it sucks. All right, so coming back over here, you want to get your pressure washer wand in there and pressure wash it really good. If you don't have a pressure washer, don't sweat it. Just rinse it out and that will be fine. Then reassemble, put this back in there, put this back in there, and then put the screws and lock washers on and connect the wires, plate back on, and it'll be ready to go. So I decided to make this video because I was surprised I was not able to find anything like it on the internet, and I'm actually running into many situations like that. A lot of my videos are pretty unique because some of the stuff well, I know many people have done this, but some of the other stuff I've done is pretty rare or the first time ever done. Oh, okay, that's the temperature dial. One thing about this water heater that's important is you want to keep it on the warm setting, because, or ideal, right there, ideal. If you put this sucker on max, you're going to get burned. This max setting will get this water, I don't know, 140 degrees or something. There's no way you can tolerate it. So this thing's quite dangerous if you put it on max. Don't ever do that. Or if you do, be very, very, very careful. All right, looking forward to all of your comments in the comment section, liking and subscribing. Have a great one.